What up, y'all? Appreciate you hanging out, showing up, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. Well, anyway, so it seems that Sony's in a little bit of trouble. I mean, if you look at it, if you look at it, the big picture, they kind of set themselves up for this particular this particular failure that they now have to find a way out, figure out a way to not fail as hard as they may if they did nothing, if they maintain status quo. Status quo was, we're gonna create a hardware, we're gonna get some banging softwares, and people gonna buy it. That was what they were doing. Now, in order to compensate for the fact that their first party games are not selling, 10 million copies for The Last of Us 2, failure. Not really a failure in most eyes, but a failure to Sony because they expect so much more. They can't, how can you expect a game, you spend all this money on this game, you can't expect it to get triple the amount of sales. That's not how it works. And that was a cross-gen game. Remember, all these games that people aren't buying, cross-gen, 150 million units available for playing such games, and they're not selling. 27% down. They're in trouble. And what do? They say, oh, we're gonna do games as service, because that's gonna save it. We're gonna buy Bungie, because that's gonna save us. I don't know, man. It seems like Sony is like a Hydra with 9 of 10 of its heads cut off, and they don't know what to do. Remember last gen when, was it Shuhei? One of those knuckleheads at Sony said, yeah, we don't quite know why the PlayStation 4 is so successful. I have a feeling they don't know, they really didn't know. And now their lack of knowledge is showing. They didn't have the foresight. Microsoft said, yeah, you know what? Games as service, that's gonna be the thing, right? Everybody was like, boo, Microsoft, you suck, and started laughing at Microsoft. Meanwhile, come to present day, guess what? Sony's trying to catch up. It's a shame. It really is a shame to see a giant like Sony flounder and crash and burn. They even said, Sony that is, they said that the purchase of Activision Blizzard King by Microsoft will probably affect sales of the PlayStation 5 because it will kind of promote, or it'll encourage gamers to buy an Xbox instead of a PlayStation because of the connection, the ownership, right? And everybody's like, where, right? I heard some of these influencers like, oh, why you gotta be so, it was Paris Lily. He's like, oh, why so negative about the no. This is how it works, Paris. If you're listening, you're not listening, doesn't matter. All last generation, the PlayStation contingent, the Ponies, the Donkey Unicorns, they were all laughing and they were all poo-pooing on Xbox. This is retro, this is revenge. This is what this is. This is the Avengers Microsoft version. You know what I'm saying? So, guess what? They gave the medicine last gen. They got to take the medicine this gen. That's how that works. Don't try to be like, oh, we should be, because all gamers is, no. That's not how this works. Peter Moore jumped it off. He said, yo, console wars are dope. Let's do this. And Sony was like, all right, cool. Boom. Now we're here today. Console warring. Well, there are always going to be console wars. Console wars were before Peter Moore. Console wars were before, it was Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, all that stuff. That was when it really jumped off, because NES versus MS, Sega Master System, there was no competition. But anyway, influencers trying to play the neutral. Y'all can kick rocks. I'm gonna say that. And the fact that Sony is like, they don't know what to do. They're in a position where they have to adapt quickly or get left behind. They're already getting left behind in certain instances when it comes to cloud gaming and such. They came out with was it the Razer? No, it wasn't the Razer. It was the whatever bone. The backbone for PlayStation controllers. Why? How, all of a sudden you want to be like Xbox or something? I don't get it. You know, it seems like they're like, wow, what's working for certain companies? Let's do that. So they bite off of the Quest, the Meta Quest, Oculus Quest. It's a wired one, but it's basically the same machine. I think it has better resolution, but it has a wire, so boo. I'm looking at Sony. I'm like, wow, you guys are wow. I don't hear none of Ponies talk about, oh yeah, my Sony, yeah. They're just gonna try to deflect and be like, oh yeah, Microsoft was down too. Not like Sony though. The whole industry is down. Not like Sony though. Sony's hurting. And they're losing face. They don't want to lose face. They don't want to seem like they're losing face, but they are. And it makes me giggle inside a little bit because, you know, it's arrogance. It's that hubris, man. They like, you know, they act like they poo-poo don't smell bad. They do. They've been gliding. They've been coasting on their good fortune of last gen for a couple of years now. And they've decided that, oh, we got to make some proactive moves, right? I'm wondering. I mean, that's that, right? Then there's rumors that, oh, PlayStation, they were silent on this. Oh, they might raise the prices of the PlayStation 5. The reason why that came up is because they raised prices of other things, other hardwares that they create. And journalists were like, what are you doing? So are you going to raise the price of the PlayStation 5, which is arguably one of your probably most, I don't know, attractive offerings as far as hardware goes? And they said no comment, which means probably. Now, here's the thing. If Sony raises the price of PlayStation 5 and Xbox does not, which they don't have to because they got money, you could call it's a wrap. You could just be like, what are you doing, Sony? I mean, I've been saying that all generation. What are you doing, Sony? All they care about is money. They don't care about nothing else. It's wow. And if you could sit there and defend this, you know, I don't get it. You can sit there and defend the remake, The Last of Us Part 1 remake, which is not a remake. Oh my gosh, I did a video on that already, and I don't need to go over that again. But it's just so crazy how far they have fallen in such a short time. In 2 years, they have fallen, and they probably lying. I'm not gonna say they're lying, but they said something about, oh, we're gonna our forecast to sell 80 million units. No, I'm sorry, they said 80 million. It didn't say units or anything. I was reading the article, I was like, wait a second, $80 million of units? $80 million worth or something? Because you're not selling 80 million units this year, or you're at 20 something. You're not gonna get to 80. Yeah, the math doesn't check out. Within the whole generation, maybe. But this generation is gonna be long already. This generation, according to Sony, check this out. According to Sony, generation doesn't start until 2025. Because that's when the actual PlayStation 5 games are actually gonna be on the PlayStation 5. Because right now it's all cross-gen fodder. It's all PlayStation 4 games that are up-resed to work on PlayStation 5. If you don't believe me, go check. God of War Ragnarok is a PlayStation 4 game that can run on PlayStation 5 with better, frame rate, maybe higher resolution. That's what that game is. And if you're trying to fool yourself and say, oh no, that's a PlayStation 5 version, no, it's not. No, it's not. That's not how it works. That's not how scaling works. Not when it comes to PlayStation, because the PlayStation 5, I said before, is a PlayStation 4 Pro. And my thing is, this is what they're gonna do. In order to raise the price of the PlayStation, they're going to create another version of the PlayStation. Now, will it be the PlayStation 5 Pro? Probably. And yes, it will be more performant. But will it be the $50 or $100 more performant that they will charge? Probably not, because they need to get that. They need to get the profits back. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's gonna happen. all the console generations have done, all the manufacturers have done this. So, that's what it is. I don't know what to say. But anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. Go in the comments. I read them all. I'm going to do some more videos real quick. I know I've been missing for a minute, but I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everything. You know what I'm saying? I got more though. I got more. Tilt away.